Hey frugal folks, in today's video we are going to cover these EZ Flow air conditioning filters and why it's best to use these as opposed to any other filter out there. For starters, not only is the price exceptional with these EZ Flow filters, but the HVAC technicians that I've worked with over the years have always recommended these because they don't restrict the flow of air like a lot of the fancier filters do. They also do a really adequate job of catching any dust debris or any particles that you have floating in the air. Now, the home that I have has intake ducts in pretty much every room within our home. It starts with the 12 by 12s in the bedrooms, which is what we have here, 12 inches by 12 inches. And I usually just toss them right up in there like you see me doing here. Make sure you get those things latched in. You might need a stepping stool because thankfully for me, I'm tall enough to where I can just reach up and grab these. So I do apologize to any folks out there that are below average height. You might need to grab a stepping stool to access these. But they do a really good job. As you can see, they catch the majority of dust, collects and builds up on them. I highly encourage you pay close attention to the little arrow indicator on the side of the filters, as that tells you the flow of air. And you always want to make sure it's properly seated within that frame that it sits within. So make sure you run around the edges and make sure it's tucked in all the way. Anybody watching this right now sees the metal grates and how covered in dust that they are. So I'm going to grab a Swiffer. And these little Swiffers are great for catching and grabbing that dust that builds up on those metal grates. So I highly encourage folks to grab one of these if they don't have them sitting in their cupboard. They really do a great job of just grabbing all that dust. And you can really see the difference in what they do. It's just nasty. I can't say that I like cleaning these, but it is important for us to make sure that we get all this dust removed. That way our system can run efficiently. The biggest issue with HVAC systems is a lack of airflow, whether it's the filters that are clogged up, or maybe you don't have proper ventilation on your condenser unit outside. And the same thing applies to your air handler up in the attic. If your attic is very stuffy, you got bird nests and the vents are clogged, that's going to be a problem for your HVAC air handler. You're going to want to make sure that you have plenty of airflow. Keep in mind, most HVAC companies get called out for simple service calls, and they usually have to change filters for a lot of people because it is one of those things that can go unnoticed, especially when you have multiple filters within one home. A lot of the times you might just have one filter right underneath your air handler, and it might have some sort of tray that kind of slides out, or a little metal door that you just flip open. But with this system that we have, there is a lot of intake ducts, so replacing each filter in each room is really critical for our maintenance. If you are someone that is frustrated with your HVAC system and you don't feel comfortable calling a technician to come out to your home just because they always seem to try to sell you on something, then consider checking out our playlist under our channel name. I'm going to put together some HVAC maintenance videos and just share how an average Joe like myself is able to save money by doing all the work myself. I take it back. Okay, I'm not tall enough to reach these, so I might have to go get a stepping stool myself, just because I'm on my tippy toes right now trying to get these latches secure. We got 4 filters installed so far. That means we got 1 left. Let's go ahead and drop it in. But before changing the filter, it is probably best to use your Swiffer to remove any of that dust debris that's been clinging on to those metal grates. That way you can start fresh and you don't risk pushing anything into the brand new filter that you're installing. This one typically is the dirtiest because it's right by the back door of our home, and you can see it is very dirty. I should have changed this one a little bit sooner, but nevertheless, we'll go ahead and swap it. While we're wrapping up this video, I'll go ahead and cover 3 recommendations before I go. Number 1, replace these filters monthly, if not sooner, depending on how dirty your home gets. If you have pets, if you have allergies, you might want to replace these every 2 to 3 weeks. Number 2, check your filter size. Make sure that you match up the right size, or at least you're taking a picture of the numbers on your dirty filter before you buy new ones at the store. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally grabbed the wrong filter because I did not take a picture to remind myself when I was at the store. So I definitely recommend taking a photo. And number 3, make sure the arrow is pointing in the right direction. That's going to do it for today's maintenance video. If you found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up, and we will see y'all on the next video.